Once you've decided what field you want to focus on, then you need to find an actual article to analyze for WP1. To do that, I suggest that you start at the OU University Libraries homepage and use the databases to find a good scholarly or professional article that you can use for WP1. Please keep in mind that the article must be written by experts for other experts. So this means that articles from newspapers or magazines are not good choices here. You'll want articles from either scholarly or professional journals. So to do that, I suggest using the OU Library Databases feature. You can find this in a number of ways. It's available under Research, and if you go to Databases A to Z, you can find here the subjects of the specific databases that you might be interested in. So choose the specific subject, the specific field that you're going to focus on for this and start there. So if you find that this doesn't have your specific subject area, so for example, notice it doesn't actually have a database just focused on English. It does have kind of related ones like humanities and language, but there's nothing specifically about my area of study. Then what you can do is you can go back and use the main search here. If you use this main search, it's going to search all of the databases. The good side of that is that you'll be getting stuff from all over the place. The bad side of that is you'll be getting a bunch of content that's not really relevant to your search. It's easier to use the specific databases if you have that option available to you. But I'm going to use this main one just to show you. So let's say I am really interested in looking for an article about multimodal learning transfer. That's my main area of study. So a bunch of articles came up here. Unfortunately, if you look at these, almost all of these are related to either medicine, so geriatrics, or computer science, computer vision and pattern recognition. Well, that's not really very interesting to me. It's also kind of bad that there are actually 764 articles. That means that there's a lot here that I'm going to have to look through. So I'm going to do a few things to narrow this down until I can get to an article that I could actually use, that's actually related to my topic and that I'm actually interested in. So step one is I'm not interested in articles from 1986. I want to find out some information about what's happening these days, not what happened, 40 years ago. So I'm going to narrow it down. Okay, we're still at 500 articles here. But notice over here on the side, there's this option to choose academic journals. I'm going to want to check that because I'm not interested in stuff from newspapers. I'm not interested in stuff from magazines. Unfortunately, there's still too many results here. So I want to narrow it down a little bit better. So I'm going to do that by going over here to the subject function. So I can get rid of some of these results here that are not really relevant. If you notice, like most of these are related to medical stuff, and I'm not interested in medical stuff. I want to do stuff that's related to my specific area, which is English language. So I'm not really interested in these medical things here, like neural networks, or the computer things like computing and processing. What I'm interested in is learning transfer as it relates to teaching methods. So let's update that one. Great. Now right at the top here, we have the Journal of Basic Writing. So I already know that this is probably related to what I'm interested in. I'm interested in multimodal learning transfer as it relates to writing. And if I click on this, I can read the abstract for the journal and see if it's interesting to me. This article describes an innovative pedagogical technique for multimodal composing practices, the use of storyboarding as an invention tool across multiple composing platforms. That sounds pretty good to me. So maybe what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to download this one and start reading it and see A, if I can understand it well, and B, if it's something that I'd be interested in breaking down. And if it is, then this can be a good choice for my article.